Here's what it looks like as you walk out the door, maybe drive out the door, hopefully out the garage door, fingers crossed. As you wake up this morning, cloudy skies are what we have outside. We're going to be encountering those areas of patchy fog. Some of those clouds very low down to the ground. Others, we're not encountering much difficulty. So here's where most of those trouble spots lie. Kearney Mesa is at less than a mile of visibility. Miramar has improved back to 10. Carlsbad at 7. Oceanside at 6. Things will probably get worse before they get better, meaning between now and about 7 a.m. we could still see that fog increase in its intensity in certain spots of the county, and then we'll start to see those improvements steadily by the afternoon and evening. Now, afternoon time frame is going to be the best for those clouds to start to part and for us to get more of the sunshine beaming through. We're going to be seeing a partly cloudy day, meaning some of those clouds just are going to be hanging tight as opposed to clearing out, but the majority of us will see a good amount of the sun by the afternoon. Looking at your wind gusts and those sustained speeds, really starting off with your gusts, mainly 30-mile-per-hour gusts across the deserts. Notice how across the county we see those gusts elevated. Purple on the screen shows where things are breeziest. Onshore flow continues to send those wind gusts from the coastline inland, meaning the sea breeze is what's keeping the coastline cool and then a little bit warmer once you head farther inland. And of course, this is going to be the trend overnight. Your deserts and even your inland valleys, your mountains, they stay pretty breezy all the way through the next couple days. It's not until about Thursday that we'll see a bit of relief in sight. You can see running through your Wednesday afternoon, winds are breezy county-wide. Coastline is going to be in the teens. You've got 20-mile-per-hour gusts inland. Julian, Pine Valley, Alpine, all going to be in the 20-mile-per-hour range. And then it looks like for Borrego Springs, 43 miles per hour is that gust going into 3 p.m. or so. Temperatures for this afternoon are going to be climbing. Upper 60s are expected as we head toward about the noon hour. So that's where we start to see those temperatures make their way to average, if not slightly above average, following that noon hour. This is all dependent on how quickly those clouds start to break apart. So that's going to be a real deciding factor in terms of just how warm this afternoon will get. Although the coastline and inland were expected to hover just around average, if not slightly cooler than average. And then it looks like going through the next several days, we'll keep those temperatures on a downward drop into about the low 60s or so, mid 60s across your coastline. And then it looks like farther inland will also be in about that same temperature range, mid 60s or so by the end of the week. You can see this afternoon, though, we're doing okay. We see a lot of 70s still inland, which matches where we were yesterday. 71 for Fallbrook this afternoon and Vista as well. 73 in Escondido and Poway. 66 in Del Mar and 69 in San Diego. So looking through the next 8 days, here's how we want to walk you through it. We've got 69 today, dropping very incrementally all the way through Friday. Across your inland valleys, those 70s turn over to upper 60s by tomorrow, and then across the board we've got those mid 60s in store by that Friday time frame. That's also when we'll see that wet weather develop. It'll be late Thursday night into early Friday. About a quarter of an inch is what most of our models do give us. Going into the weekend, ridge of high pressure builds steadily. Notice how warm we get to start off next week. We jump all the way to the low 80s possible for Monday and Tuesday across the coastline and inland. Mountains and deserts have a much more pronounced cool down. They go from the mid 60s and low 60s today all the way down to the upper 40s by Friday. Deserts are going to cool from 92 this afternoon all the way to the 70s just for one day, though. That'll be across the day on Friday, and then Saturday through the beginning of next week we warm all the way back up to the 90s.